Good evening. I am Anatoliana Chalisva, and this is Patriots Must Rise. Happy Easter. But Joe Biden and the Democrats took away Easter. Instead, they're giving you the privilege of celebrating mental illness in the form of guys that don't know whether or not they want their dicks. Let me get this straight. They already gave them an entire month in June. But if you're a school child, they're going to start the grooming the last month of school, because June you're already out of school. So the celebration starts very early. Hey.
Sorry. Shit.
The celebration starts very early. And it goes on till June. They start the celebration so early that the kids in public schools do not see anything wrong with celebrating perversion. How long are we going to put up with this? And as I showed you last year, they take these woke flags, and wokeism is a religion. They put them on every government-owned building, on the flagpoles of every government-owned building. And yet, Christian children are not allowed to say a prayer in school. When you can fly a pride flag higher than the American flag in front of a government-owned building, but your kids are expelled for practicing their First Amendment right, we need to seriously rethink our country. I'm done with it. Okay? Last year, they're marching down the street, screaming, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children." Unchallenged. What I was expecting to see during those parades was semis running them over, because that's what they deserved. I was expecting combines shredding them in the streets, because that's what they deserved. People cutting them in half with automatic weapons, because that's definitely what they deserve. I'm done with this. Okay? I'm not anti-gay. I have friends that are gay, but they're respectful about it. They don't push their orientation on anybody. They don't expect you to gender you correctly. They even think the gender thing is, or the gendering is extremely stupid. In fact, one of them even pointed out to me that the whole discussion about sexuality in the workplace is so unprofessional, it should automatically be an HR offense, where you're talking to HR about whether or not you're going to keep your job. Instead, HR is bringing up what your or how you want to be identified before you're even hired. There's something very wrong in this country. Satan has grabbed a hold of it long before this even started. In fact, this stuff would have never started if Satan hadn't grabbed a hold of it. It started in the 60s with the free love movement, the peace signs, the hippie movement, the rainbow everything. And unfortunately, those children of the 60s became the teachers in the colleges and primary and secondary schools around the country. The socialist ideals, the Democrat bullshit that should have never been allowed to breed. McCarthy was right. We should have been imprisoning communists from the beginning. Because they have destroyed this country. We can take it back, but we can't do it with a vote. We have to take it back by taking our kids out of school, and taking funding away from the public schools, removing funding from mental health facilities that are hiring woke counselors that are pushing gender ideology on people that are already vulnerable. We need to defund anything that the Democrat government of this country has their tentacles into, and never fund it again. They want to defund the police? Fine. We can police ourselves. I've got no problem with the idea of just shooting a burglar as he comes through the door. Or somebody that wants to squat in my home. Absolutely none. That's what defunding the police actually means. Their argument is we need to redirect it toward the foo-foo stuff of society, like mental health and everything that doesn't work. If somebody's already breaking in your house, you need to correct the situation before you talk about mental health. You're not going to get this counselor that has never actually been in a firefight to talk down a guy waving a gun at him. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see him try. However, you might be able to shoot a round into his knee and start negotiating after he realizes that he's not going to be able to run away. Because that's how you actually get things done. This was a little bit intense, and I'm sorry about that. But everything that Joe Dumbass Biden has done ever since he vowed to destroy America when he was installed into the Oval Office has been pissing me off ever since he got into office. This is an election year, and I pray to God that every Democrat that has ever walked the earth burns in hell forever. So happy Easter, unless you're a Democrat. I'm Anatoly Anatolisova. This is Patriots Must Rise. Live free, die well, and I would say love your neighbor as Christ has loved you. But your neighbor's probably a Democrat. Therefore, put him in the wood chipper and make damn sure that the dogs or the pigs get to him before your nosy neighbor across the street starts to smell it.